Hi, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on with you and what you need to know right now. What's coming towards you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Show me clearly what's going on for Scorpio. Anamundi with the offering. There's this energy you're embodying, Scorpio, where you're calling in multiple opportunities, but specifically there's this one offer, an offer that you can't deny. There's something that you have been visualizing, dreaming about, speaking into existence, and it's on its way to you. I feel like in the very near future, this offer is coming in and it's everything you asked for and more. It's going to exceed your expectations. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be incredible. So be open to receive. Be open to receive. Whatever this is, it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be something that will forever change your life. It's going to create this ripple effect. It's going to be something that down the line you're going to look back at and be like, holy crap. Holy shit. So, very curious what this could be about. But you got a big offer coming in. Splitting the deck, we actually have the Queen of Wands and the Lovers. So this could be an offer in love or romance. Some kind of commitment here. What's going on for Scorpio? Show me clearly. Wheel of Fortune is your first card out. Yeah, so change is definitely in the air. There's going to be a pivotal moment. Something that... This was a long time coming. Look, Queen of Wands at the bottom. She's back. This is something that you have been drawing in. You've been like magnetic. This is something that you are creating for yourself, for your life, for your future. Star in the reverse. Maybe there are moments where you were having doubts or you were questioning, like, where is it? Is this even a possibility? This could have also been outside energy, other people that could have been influencing you or making you have doubts about this vision, about this dream. But the thing is, this wheel is turning in your favor. Everything that you asked for, everything that you wanted, it's being granted. You didn't think this was possible. Or there is that voice in the back of your mind that was saying, what if it can't happen? Or you were getting caught up in the how, when, how is this all gonna unfold? What do I need to do to make this happen? But honestly, this is the time where you are not to force. This is not the time to force nothing. 5 of coins at the bottom. It will just lead to a loss of time, energy, and exhaustion and depletion. Maybe you're in no contact with somebody and they're going to reach out to you with the offering. You may get an offer from someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Show me clearly what's going on with Scorpio. What do my Scorpios need to know right now? Lovers reversed, flipping itself out. So perhaps you're in a situation where there's some sort of separation or distance. Maybe there's unrequited effort or feelings. Someone isn't fully invested. Maybe this is representing where you're at. 10 of coins. There's this established foundation. A lot of time, a lot of, like, I feel like this could have been something going on for years. This could have been involving children or some sort of investment, maybe money or finances involved. It could have been a separation or a divorce, or this maybe is something that you're currently going through. The World underneath the 10 of coins. Some of you are moving, you're selling a property, okay, or you're moving to, let me see, the World, Knight of coins. For some, you're moving across the country, you're moving to a different country, and this has been something you've been planning for quite a while, okay? Anyways, there also could be someone who's moving towards you, like traveling to see you or moving to where you are. But it's almost kind of like the moment where you surrender, the moment where you sort of like give up is when this comes in. The moment you let go, when you're stopping the demand or the push or the force or the need to have control, literally the moment you let go, this comes in. That's sort of what Anna Mundi talks about. Anna Mundi. Divine timing, divine is a huge part to play. So co-creating with the universe to get exactly what you want and more. We have the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Swords. All right. High Priestess at the bottom. We have the Queen of, this is the third time she showed up here in this reading. You may have strong fire placements, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, but the Queen of Wands represents someone who's very outgoing, she's very charming, she's confident, she's creative, she's great with kids, animals, nature, plants. Like she's such a soft-spoken, gentle, and compassionate person. She's very passionate. And she cares a lot. And this with the Nine of Swords represents someone who overthinks, somebody who gets in their head and they overanalyze. This may represent someone who has a lot of doubts or heavy self-criticism. And this is somebody who needs to watch the way that they speak to themselves, their inner dialogue, and the stories that they tell themselves. Because remember, we did have the Wheel of Fortune with the star in the reverse, which shows that there's progress being made, there's development in your manifestation, but you're having trouble believing it, or you're like, huh? How is this real? Is this too good to be true? This person doesn't love me. Like you're saying these things, but this is coming from a fear or a restricted, limited way of viewing the situation. And right, the Queen of Wands, she's a creator. So what are you creating here? What are you bringing life into? Whatever it is that you're focusing on, you are attracting more of that. So be careful, be intentional of what stories, where you're putting your energy, where you're putting your focus, because that's what's going to amplify, that's what's going to expand. We do have the High Priestess at the bottom. So maybe you have some suspicions going on here. Seven of Swords. Five of Swords. Perhaps you feel as if someone isn't being entirely honest. King of Cups is underneath that. All right. So perhaps your spidey senses are kicking in. And you may feel as if someone isn't being transparent with you on how their emotions are, what they're saying, how they feel about you, but is that the truth? Is that reality? And you want answers. But so you may be having questions about this person's integrity, whether they're trustworthy, whether maybe you've had some sort of history in the past where the trust was destroyed, or there was a betrayal, or, just a lot of drama is the simplest way to put it. Five of Swords, a lot of drama, competitiveness, competing for one's love or attention, to feel chosen. High Priestess and the Seven of Swords, there could be something that's hidden from you, but whatever this is that's hidden, it's like, I think it's not as bad as what your mind is making it out to be with the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is where we dramatize. I don't know why I can't speak in your reading right now. Dramatize, blow things out of proportion. We overreact. We jump to conclusions. Right? So High Priestess, Seven of Swords. You can sense that there's something not available or something that's hidden, but is it as extreme? I don't think so. But we'll see how this unfolds. We'll see how this unfolds. Ten of Wands. You feeling burdened by this? You feeling some pressure? You feeling exhausted? This is tiring, or this is just like something that's weighing heavily on you. Four of Wands. You would like to ease this tension, ease this stress, bring a little bit more fun, bring a little bit more play, more harmony into this experience, into this situation. You've had two tens come out in this reading. So there is this cycle that's wrapping up. It's like very close to being behind you. So keep going. But 10 of Wands, what is it that you need to release here? 3 of Coins. And this may be something that is shared. It's not just all on you. It's you and someone else that you're working with, collaborating with, building with. It also feels like, it can't just be you carrying all the weight. You might be carrying all the weight, and that could be really just unfair. The 3 of Pentacles is saying that others need to pull their weight. Others need to step up and show up for you. And for this relationship, for this partnership, for this project that you could be working on, you might be like looking at this path and you're like, how does this fit my vision moving forwards? How is this going to align with me? Is this something that I actually see fit? Lovers reverse, you might make a decision here, because Lovers does talk about choices. You might make a decision, be like, yeah, I'm not going to commit to this, right? You might realize that, well, let's see, what's at the bottom? The Hermit. There's, again, like a lot of reflection. You may be needing some time alone or some hermit time. Like you might need to go inwards or just step back from the loud, crowded places. You may be more introverted during this time, or you're just needing to have some moment of clarity, moment of silence. Hermit and the Six of Swords. That's what's going to illuminate this path moving forwards of what is the best way to go about this. What's the best approach? Nine of Cups to get to your wish fulfillment. So there's going to be a clear path, how to make things work, how to make this easier for you, because Ten of Wands, it is kind of a struggling energy. So how can we make this easier? Working smarter, not harder. So there's that. I'm seeing something coming up about like building trust or establishing more trust, rules, boundaries, things of that nature. What's going on for Scorpio? Seven of Wands reversed, and we have the Sun at the bottom. So this is now where we can kind of like ease. We can loosen up a little bit. We've been so tense. We've been so in our head, right? With that Nine of Swords from earlier. We had our doubts. We had our inconsistencies, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We were feeling the mental pressure. We were feeling exhausted, a lot of things on our plate. How can we make things easier? How can we loosen the grip? How can we lessen the load? And now we move to Seven of Wands reverse, which tells me that you're starting to just like not give a fuck just a little bit less, or you're just detaching quite a bit. You're dropping the guard, you're dropping the stick, you're dropping the paranoia, perhaps, or the overthinking, the doubts. We have the Sun at the bottom, which can talk about illumination and clarity and truth, but I also feel like, the Sun, this is happiness, this is fulfillment, this is your joys, this is just feeling a sense of overall bliss and happiness, and feeling just happy about where things are going. So there's something that's being illuminated. You're getting clarity on. This is probably this offering that's coming in. I can't even pick up the card. This offering that's coming in that's going to just relieve you. A huge weight's been lifted. Knave of Coins and the Chariot in the reverse. So see, this is what this offer that's coming in. And you could be getting this offer from a Leo. We also have Gemini, Aquarius, and Cancerian energy in this reading. But there is this offer coming in. And I do think it's going to make you quite happy. We have the Chariot in reverse when we're looking at this approach. So either this could be saying that there were delays that got in the way of this getting off the ground. We could read this as there were obstacles, right? That's kind of the same thing. Obstacles, delays, redirection, divine timing. This can also represent the doubts that you have about this offer and the hesitation to move forwards. But yeah, so Chariot reversed with the Five of Swords. It's telling me you don't fully trust this. Five of Swords, Five of Wands. You're like at odds. Eight of Cups, the Hierophant. You're like wondering if this, and it's interesting because in the Hierophant, there are these different arrows. It's like this way, this way, this way. Which way do you go? Which way do you go? And it's like you're being pulled in all these different directions. So I think what would help you, for those that resonate with this, we definitely should look into this offer and see like what you can expect out of this, if this is something worth giving a chance. Obviously you got to trust yourself, your instincts, and your intuition. That's the most important thing. You listen to yourself. You know yourself better than anybody else. Don't let these cards dictate your life. But since we're here and I appreciate you and thank you for hanging out, we're gonna look into this offer and see what it's all about. When we first had these original oracle cards come out, I was like, yeah, this seems pretty good. It seems like this is something that's beyond your expectations, something that's going to really light you up. I still feel like that's a good possibility. We're gonna clarify though. We're gonna see what Spirit has to say, spill the tea, what we need to know about this offering. Just taking a look at the bottom of this deck, we do have the Six of Cups, so just think that's interesting. That's there. Splitting the deck, we have the Page of Cups and the Six of Cups. So this could definitely be about some sort of connection, a relationship here, someone that you may have history with, or, you know, you may go way back, or you've known this person for a long time. Tell me the offering for Scorpio. Or this offering that's coming in. Oh, Seven of Swords. Okay. So, someone hasn't revealed their cards to you just yet. This hasn't been revealed. It's about to. Six of Swords at the bottom. It's about to. Let me pull a few more on this. Ten of Pentacles. Tell me the offering. Three of Swords. Sideways. It's not entirely reversed, not entirely upright. Strength at the bottom. Someone might want your forgiveness. Someone may want to rekindle things, especially if you have any kind of relation to them in family, whether you are related to them or if you have children with them or your families are intertwined or there seems to be like a lot of history or like you live with this person or used to at some point in your life, you used to be roommates or, you know, just like there's this deep establishment. It's very deep establishment. A good chunk of your lives spent together. Seven of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. I'm getting something coming up about inheritance or wills, money. I'm not sure if someone was honest with you about a living situation, or maybe the reason why they withheld this information is because they were worried how you were going to perceive them, how you would react, or how you might judge them a certain way. So they were trying to avoid disappointment or heartbreak. They didn't want to let you down, but they also, in a way, let themselves down. There's this level of discomfort with this Three of Swords, right? No matter if it's upright or reversed, there's still this level of pain, anger, resentment, regret even. So that could be part of what's been hidden. The level of discomfort or pain, someone is showing up in a way that doesn't really reflect that, but there is that aspect of this regret or this pain but it's not so open and direct, or it's not so obvious, basically. And I would say we have the Strength card, so Leo coming through again, Two of Swords, and then the Eight of Cups reverse. Someone is like holding back with all their might, but it's like they really desire to return or to go back to how it used to be with the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. There's this deep desire to hash things out. Now the thing is, whatever this offer is, we still gotta get a little bit deeper on this. This offer, whatever it is that they're sharing with you, whatever it is that they're extending, they want something more. They want something more than they're leading on initially. They might just be like, hey, I just want to talk. I just want to say my truth. I just want to like apologize. But behind that, there's more to it. But they are not revealing to you everything at the beginning. They are hiding something. They're hiding something. We'll stay with this deck. Tell me more about the offering. Magician along with the Two of Cups. Someone wants to be with you. We have the Knight of Cups at the bottom. This could definitely be about a romantic relationship here, but someone wants to take your relationship to the next level. So if we now look back at the Seven of Swords and the Two of Cups, we could read this as their feelings towards you, they kept it a secret for whatever reason. Maybe you had a secret relationship. Maybe they never expressed their relationship about you with other people. Maybe they kept it hidden. Maybe they never told family. Maybe they were afraid of, you know, like not being accepted. You not being accepted, them not being accepted. Two of Cups and the Magician, though. Someone who is really willing to go above and beyond and move mountains to be with you. And I think you might be in shock. I don't know if you're necessarily anticipating this. I mean, in a way, with Anna Mundi and the offering, like, what did we say at the beginning of this reading? Something that you've been visualizing, calling in, attracting, speaking into existence. It's making its way towards you. So in a way, you could have been manifesting this. Actually, I feel like you could have been manifesting each other. It goes both ways. It's that energetic pull. Knight of Cups, the Moon, and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's this person here, and then we have a Queen of Cups. There's this person here. They have such deep emotion towards you. They have a lot of love and feelings that are brewing, but there's that level of uncertainty of, well, how does Scorpio feel about me? Do they feel the same way? Am I good enough for Scorpio? Am I able to show up in a way where Scorpio would be receptive and open and willing to try this out? We have a Queen of Cups. I do think you are. There's, okay, Seven of Wands underneath that. There is that level of caution, right? Proceeding with caution, careful. Be very careful, protective over your heart. But we did see earlier that Seven of Wands reverse where you are dropping the walls once you know it's safe. So it's a little bit of like a easing your way into this. Okay. Let's look into the Chariot in reverse and see like what's the hesitation or what could be getting in the way of this progressing. This could be suggesting not to rush into things or to really slow your roll, take your time. Chariot reversed for Scorpio. Four of Wands. Someone wants to visit you. You might be getting invited over to their home. Empress. We have the Queen of Cups and then the Five of Swords in the reverse. So this was relating to trust, right? Queen of Swords at the bottom. When you invite someone over to your home, it would be someone that you trust into your sacred space. You don't just let everybody in your sacred space, right? We look at this Empress and the Four of Wands. This is representing someone who is worthy of so much love and so much support and has a lot of amazing things going on in their life. This is about being choosy and selective and discerning. Queen of Swords, right? Having standards, having boundaries, not lowering those standards. So the standards got to be real high. This is the energy of like, I don't chase, I attract. What's simply meant for me will find me. That saying. And so the Queen of Cups over here, your intuition is on point. Your spidey senses are kicking in. There is something popping up about the past, trust, maybe something coming up about like disrespect where you were wronged or where others maybe didn't treat you the best, or there needs to be some sort of acknowledgement or recognition and proof of change, right? You could say you've changed, but your actions is what reveals. You can walk your talk, or is your talk cheap? So yeah, that's why you're hesitating here. And if it's something brand new, it's still just a matter of like not wanting to rush into things and have history repeat itself just with a different face, a different place. So this is where you're having to exercise your discernment and proceed with caution, see things for what it really is. Right? We have Queen of Swords, Nine of Coins, and then the Seven of Coins with the Four of Cups and also the Lovers, which is kind of showing like not to put all your eggs in one basket at this moment. There may be other opportunities that present themselves, and it's kind of like just watch, wait, observe, and see what comes out of this. But you don't really need to move much. You don't really need to move a muscle. Not really. It's more of like observe, keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes on the prize. You're the freaking prize. Don't you forget that. You are the prize. 9 of Pentacles. Continue to keep investing in you, yourself, your health, your wellness, your fitness, your finances, your own foundation, your stability. And, you know, time will tell. Time will tell. Give it a couple weeks. Give it to the end of the month. You'll have your answer. Let me wrap this up by looking into this Wheel of Fortune. Just get a little bit more of a clear indication of where you're going, Scorpio. Wheel of Fortune for Scorpio. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Well, Page of Pentacles at the bottom. Give me one more for the Wheel of Fortune. 9 of Wands. Okay. Page of Pentacles still at the bottom. So where you're moving towards, Scorpio, you got love coming in, you got connections coming in, you have opportunity to really invite that emotional intimacy and healing and also self-love and all that good stuff. But here's the thing, the 9 of Wands, you're guarded. You have to open up your heart. That might be scary. But I see you're going to regardless. You're going to move with love, but it's not like going in foolish and going in blindly. It's going in intentionally and loving yourself the most. Loving yourself the most. So you know when to back away. You know when enough is enough. You know when to stop. You know when to keep going. Like, it's about honoring yourself and choosing yourself. And yeah, Page of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. I see just like an energy where having to look out, making sure things are reciprocated and balanced, where there's mutual respect. And Page of Pentacles is the 5 of Wands. This is clearing a blockage, some kind of obstacle that keeps getting in the way. This is clearing that and creating a direct path forwards. Someone's gonna have to really show up for you, especially if you have history with them. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 6 of Cups. If you have history with this person, they're gonna have to really prove themselves to you. So good luck to that person. Good luck. May the odds be in your favor. Okay. All right. Well, I think I'll leave your reading here, Scorpio. Let me know if it resonates. Let me know if you enjoyed. Private readings are available down below. You can find me on my Instagram and TikTok at JadeStoneTarot. And I will see you later. Have an amazing day. Stay blessed.